Hi, I'm Barbara from Bee's Kitchen and Garden, where I share with you successful recipes and gardening tips. Today's recipe is for a hot German potato salad. It is September and Oktoberfest is at the end of September and beginning of October and has been canceled this year. So maybe you will celebrate at home with some hot German potato salad. Let's get started. To add a festive touch to our German potato salad, since it is September and the end of September and the beginning of October into the first Sunday of October are Oktoberfest in Bavaria, for a festive touch, I have a mug showing typical Bavarian folk costumes with people dancing and singing. So that we will keep with us to remind us of the festive occasion. The ingredients you will need are 4 cups of chopped red potatoes, 1 cup of chopped onion, Dijon mustard, honey, apple cider vinegar, pepper, and salt. Oh, and the best flavor addition is a ½ pound of bacon. I just cut my pound of bacon in half, and so we're going to use this half for our recipe today. While you are slicing and cutting your potato into bite-sized quarters, start your boiling water. We're going to boil the potatoes for a while until they're tender, and then drain them and cool them. So start your boiling water while you're cutting your potatoes. I like to cut my potatoes before I put them in the boiling water and slice them into bite-sized quarters so they're not too big and just about bite-sized. That makes them easier to serve and easier for people to eat. So let's get started slicing and cutting the potatoes. Looks like I've almost got 4 cups here. I think I'll finish this one and I'll definitely have the amount I need. Now I have finished slicing all of my potatoes and the water is beginning to boil. Be careful, very hot. Add 1/2 teaspoon salt to the water. Gives the potatoes a little bit of a flavor. And then carefully add your potatoes. Whee! I move the potatoes to a back burner because I'm going to use the front burner to start our bacon. The bacon flavor is extremely important in German potato salad. As I indicated earlier, I cut a pound of bacon in half, so I have my ½ pound bacon. This recipe makes enough for good 4 servings, and I know there are other recipes that will give you bigger batches, but this suits us. So take the bacon and cut it into pieces a little smaller than 1 inch, up to 1.5 inches. You can vary what size you want your pieces to be. So what I do is just cut through the whole thing with different sizes, but about the same actually. Let's see, this will end up here, and this one here. And then probably the most tedious part of this recipe is individually putting these little pieces in the frying pan for cooking. The origins of the Oktoberfest go back to a celebration for the marriage of Ludwig I to his bride, Princess Teresa. It was held in a big meadow outside of Munich, which later became known as the Teresa Meadow or Theresienwiese, which is where today Oktoberfest is held. So it began as a 5-day festival with horse races. There are no longer horse races connected with Oktoberfest, but as time went on, by the late 1900s, it had turned into a big celebration with breweries from Munich building plywood structures known as beer halls that can seat 6,000 people. And they have bandstands and balconies, very fancy structures. And that is probably the Oktoberfest most similar to what we know today. Of course, Oktoberfest has been canceled because of the virus, COVID-19, and the pandemic that's going on. So that's why it's going to be great that you can do your own at-home Oktoberfest celebration. As you see, I'm putting the pieces of bacon in the skillet, and we're just about going to have a full skillet here for the first batch. Because they're so small, it really doesn't take that long for them to cook, but this is an important part. It's an important flavor, and it's an important ingredient in the German potato salad. One caution, don't throw away the bacon grease. The bacon grease is also a very strong component with flavor. So keep your bacon grease and fry up all your little pieces of bacon, then cool them and set them aside. I'm now cooking my second batch of little bacon pieces. The first batch is already done, and over here waiting to be combined with the rest of the salad ingredients. While cooking the bacon, the potatoes were ready. Nice and soft, a fork goes right into them, but they don't lose their shape. That's what I like about the red potatoes. So I drained the water from the boiling potatoes and set them out to cool. The next ingredient is the chopped onion. So take your onion, and what we need is 1 cup of chopped onions. We'll add the chopped onions to the bacon grease. Add your 1 cup of chopped onion to the bacon grease that's in your skillet. This is where the flavors are going to start to mix. And saute until the onion is transparent and soft. Once your onions are transparent and soft, turn off your heat and let them cool, and then comes the great mixture of flavors for the sauce. Now come the rest of the flavorings for the sauce. Certainly in every region of Germany, they have their own recipes for German potato salad. There's no one recipe that covers the entire country. In fact, from house to house, you'll find different recipes. So this sauce is the recipe that I researched that I enjoy. 1/4 of a cup of apple cider vinegar into the pan with the onions. Then 4 teaspoons of honey. We buy our honey from a local farm store, and because it's so big, I use a container I saved from something else to handle the honey because it's so much easier. So 4 teaspoons of honey. Always so gooey, but always just looks amazing and tastes terrific. So you're going to have a combination of sour, sweet, a little bit of spice, and here's 4. And that's what makes this flavorful German potato salad so good. So that's 4 teaspoons of honey. Then I'm adding 3 teaspoons of Dijon mustard. Whoa, it's already starting to come out. It's ready to go for the recipe. 1, 2, and there's the last one. Come on, out you come. Okay, 3 teaspoons of mustard. Now, we're going to take and add 1/4 teaspoon, that's the little tiny one, of salt. Just a little bit. We don't need a lot of salt. After all, think about it, the bacon has salt in it. Now, even less than the salt, 1/8 teaspoon of pepper. So if you have one of these cute devices that helps you measure down to 1/8 teaspoon, that's going to be very helpful for this recipe. 1/8 teaspoon of pepper. There we go. Now stir well, and then we'll turn the heat on low and simmer it for about 3 minutes. Our sauce is simmering. Let it simmer for 3 to 4 minutes on very low heat and stir frequently. All of those different flavors are being absorbed and are combining, and that is what makes this such a unique, flavorful potato salad. This potato salad is often served hot, actually usually served hot. I have been gently folding in the potatoes and stirring them into the sauce, mainly not stirring but pushing them around so that they absorb all of those good flavors that are in our sauce. Now add the bacon and again fold it in. And this is one reason why it's so much better to cook your bacon. You need a little bit of that bacon flavor from the bacon grease to soak into the potatoes, but also if you use bacon chips, you're not going to have these nice pieces of bacon for your potato salad. So fold in the bacon. When that is folded in, add 1/3 cup parsley. And again, gently fold it in, because that is certainly an important ingredient for our German potato salad. I gently warmed the German potato salad to make sure that it would be nice and warm or hot for our dinner. And let's put it in the serving bowl. Wonderful. Look how beautiful and how tasty. This is a fabulous addition to any meal. And I want to share with you, for those of you who might speak German, what is written on this mug. On this side, there's just a little poem, and it says, "In lustiger mit, alle Sorgen quitt," which means in happy company, all your cares go away. Enjoy your German potato salad.